Wake up, my people, they're deciding our fate. Will they take this country without firing a shot? Wake up, my people, or you lose all you've got. I know that you're busy trying to make a dime. You even work on Sunday to get a little overtime. What good will it do you if your freedom you should lose? Wake up, my people, 'cause soon you must choose. Many years have come and gone since Three Bears Bank was dry. Now's the time to stand and fight. We'll try to turn the tide. Burn one of our cities, take rape and kill by night.
Commander V here. Welcome to Radio Visco to this moving month of October as it passes by, and will turn November soon. So we have some news to bring about regarding the inter-micronational community, specifically in one particular micronation. On the 24th of October, this was on a Friday, I have received word that the Stravanskan Soviet Republic has dissolved. Their existence came to an end when former premier broadcasted the last sign-off announcing the end of communism, given the fact that their Communist Party was deemed illegal the day before, which was one event away from their radical ideological change. After the reigning of communism for 8 years, they were predominantly becoming the most iconic micronation in Europe to obtain a communist idea along with Soviet characteristics. Their country's experiment has failed in the end. As of now, my Viscovian friends, we are witnessing overseas the radical change in Stravanska, as they now had formed a confederation as identified by their new plans coming to about. I want to try and keep this short, but I'll tell you a little more about it right after the song.
Unterwegs zu Vaterstaat, du musst zur Bundeswehr. Oh, oh, du musst zur Bundeswehr. Du sagst, du fasst keine Waffe an, hast alles versucht, doch jetzt bist du dran, du musst zur Bundeswehr. Oh, oh, du musst zur Bundeswehr. 500 Kilometer von zu Haus. Deine Freundin geht mit anderen aus. Sie schreibt nicht mal mehr. Oh, oh, an die Bundeswehr. Dein Freund meint, er hat keine Möglichkeit, keinen Job. Er bleibt Soldat auf Zeit bei der Bundeswehr. Dröhnen in deinen Ohren. Granaten krachen in deinen Ohren. Da musst du durch, sonst hast du verloren bei der Bundeswehr. Oh, oh, bei der Bundeswehr. Deine Träume vergehen dir schnell.
That was the song "Der muss zur Bundeswehr," meaning "you have to join the Bundeswehr," a West German military song. The word Bundeswehr can also mean Federal Army. I'm gonna have to just make a quick notice to a little disclaimer, I would say, to apologize because I'm kind of slow of thought. Then on such short notice, I have to make this segment at least once a month every time now. And I didn't get much scripted, but back to it. I mean, I still can't believe it's been nearly a whole year. I mean, the fact is this: it is almost the second anniversary of the Viscovian Nation, and things went down south, obviously. After the Civil War and a non-stop pestering from the cult west of us, Viscovia is still recovering from a war-torn state as of now. I am still unprepared on how to celebrate the country's birthday, how to commence this holiday. I'm sure everyone else is looking back as if it were to feel like it was yesterday, when the ideology of national communism was so triumphant that led us to a higher stance of life. Under my leadership back then, of course, Viscovia was very stable. I would want to say I have made a mistake, resigning back in March of this year, but then again I had lots of situations to deal with outside of Viscovia. I still do, and it's got even worse. But I choose not to leave this time, otherwise it would create a power vacuum, and this is the last straw too. I can't screw this up. And about the future of Viscovia, the agenda to determine if there is going to be a new republic, or should there be a restoration of the Viscovian federalism, but with radical reforms while keeping the old theme. Because we all know how we feel about the old system. Despite being the year prior, we still admire the FPRV. Communist or not, that became the founding system of the Viscovian nation. And while it did benefit us, we must remember how terrible communism looks like. Not even today, but in general. In today's world, I hate communism. Because of the perspective these leftists are portraying and the bad reputation they held to the point nobody can save now. However, under my responsibility, it wasn't as bad like the rest. But the difference is, we had the values of tradition and tribalism. Communism in general instills the opposite of that. And when you make a compromise between the two, you will be judged upon. But does it matter if we are being judged? No. Because of Viscovia, we clearly do not give a damn what others think. But when we take consideration of the fact that the leftists are provoking war, which would fall under us no matter how much we separate ourselves from the left, we would have to face this regardless, and we don't want that. I would think about it. I'm going to continue this on. Here is Bach Oboe Concerto in D minor second movement. Anyways, I'm gonna have to end it right here, but my final comments about the Slavansky Nation overall, once again, I sincerely give my personal congratulations to the radical change towards freedom, and of course, you know, witnessing this from the North American continent, I wish them a greater future, a brighter future, of course, for the Sri people. And what else could I say? The red sun is set and the new dawn of freedom has arisen. Let's just hope that there won't be any more civil instability over there, as I've seen a lot over there. I mean, let's just hope that won't be the case anymore. And as well as in Vescovia, that's pretty much all I got. Once again, apologies for the slow train of thought. This isn't usually me. I'll improve more later on, but as of now, like I said, I had to create this on such short notice, But I'll see you next month in November. Until next time, this is Commander V with Radio Viskov in the October of 2025. It is currently the 11th hour. Please rise for the national anthem.